Hey everyone, I hope everything is going well with you. So in the fourth episode, we are going to focus on what is called template inheritance. And the reason we want to do this in this stage of the tutorial, it is basically because it is going to save us a lot of time in the future and it will give a better look to our HTML templates, so it will really help us to organize the entire project. So let's get started. Alright, so previously we were able to display a nice looking market page by writing this HTML code, and it was responsible to display a nice looking page with several items. Now if you remember, to display this nice looking page, I went for my home.html and I copied the entire code from here and I pasted inside my market.html, and then later on we gave it our own customizations. Now if we consider a situation that our website could be divided into 10 or 20 different pages, that will mean that we have to copy and paste some basic HTML code every time that we want to come up with a new page. And the reason is we want to keep certain elements in each page that we display. So for example, if you see in the home.html, we happen to have this long nav HTML tag. Now it is obvious that we want to display the navigation bar in each page that our users navigate on, because we want to allow our users to see the pages that they can navigate. So the main point here is to think about some method that will avoid copying and pasting a lot of HTML code. And to overcome this, we have something that is called template inheritance. Now the idea behind that will be to have one base template HTML that we will always inherit from, and that way we will save a lot of copying and pasting HTML code. So in order to achieve this, what we have to do is creating one more HTML template, and it makes sense to give it a name like base, layout, template, whatever you like to, and then basically put in there some HTML code that will be always displayed to our users. So let's go ahead and do this, okay? Let's go inside our templates directory and create an HTML file that we will name it base. So let's go here and select new HTML file, and I will call it base as I said, and I will delete everything from the auto-generated HTML. Now, as you could guess, I already came up with a base.html that is going to save us a lot of time from writing some base template HTML. Now, in order to get that base.html, we will basically go to my website and bring it on here. So we will go to the fourth part of this entire tutorial, which is happen to be right there, and we will select the code and bring in the base.html, and for sure once I paste it I will go over what is going on here. So we have our base template, and in the next few minutes we are going to show how we can inherit the entire HTML code from this base template. Now let's see what is going on inside the head tag. Now in the head tag we have the same tags that we were happened to copy previously in this tutorial from the Bootstrap starter template. So there's nothing really different in here, only what I have done here is named our title base title so we can see the effects of it. Now if we close up our head tag and focus on what is inside the body, then we can see that I already have commented out the location where we want to see the navigation bar, and also I also wrote here one more comment for the future contents that we are going to add to this base template. So that way we can understand where we have to insert different HTML templates. Now down here again we see some JavaScript libraries that we import like we saw previously, and this style here is again here to allow our site to be in dark mode. So if you paid attention, then we see that background color inside the body, and we also see the color, which is the foreground color, as white. So let's also close our style tag over here. Now once we understood what is going on inside our base.html, it is a great idea to go inside our home.html and try to inherit whatever is inside this base.html that we have just created. So in order to ease our lives here, I will use the feature of PyCharm to split some HTML files into 2 or 3 different displays. So let's go ahead and do this very quickly. So I will click here split vertically, and on our left pane we will keep our base.html, and on our right pane we will display the home.html. Okay, so now I will basically delete everything from the home.html, and I will use some special Jinja syntax to inherit the code that is inside the base.html. So that will be by the code block syntax we saw previously. So it will be curly brackets and then the percentage signs in that case. And then we will use a function that is called extend. So we are extending this base template. And basically here inside our string, we can specify the name of the HTML file that we want to extend from, because all the HTML files are located in the same directory that we called templates. So I will go here and write in base.html. And once I have done that, I should expect to see pretty much nothing in our home.html. So let's go ahead and see this in action. So I will go to our website and I will basically navigate for our homepage. And then you can see that we happen to have this black page. So now that we achieve this, basically now we can decide which content we want to put inside base.html and which content we want our inside home.html. So for example, our long navigation bar HTML tags are must located inside our base.html. So let's go ahead and do that. So I will go to our PyCharm and let's actually bring this long nav tag from the market.html. So I will locate our market.html over here. So let's grab our navigation bar. So that will be the entire tag that is called nav, and I will copy that out and I will paste it in where we located this comment which says navbar here. So once I paste this, then we should see a great result where our base template is having the navigation bar. So let me customize the indentation a little bit, and I think this looks okay. So we will go to our website again and we will refresh that out, and then you can see that our navigation bar is back up again. Now the beauty in that process is that no matter which HTML file I'm going to create in the future, all I have to do is using this extends method that we saw just a minute ago, and then each time I do this, then we will see our navigation bar. So this is a quite great achievement. Okay, so even though we have completed the inheritance successfully, there are still some problems left that we have to understand how we can figure out. For example, one of them will be the fact that you see that our tab name is base title. Now we are inside our homepage, so it does not make sense to display to our users base title each time. So what I mean by that is that we have to figure out how we can differentiate between content that we want to display up on our each page to a content that is going to be unique per page. So let's go ahead and do this. So I will open my PyCharm here, and basically on the left pane we got our base template, and on the right pane the home.html again. And now what I can do is basically marking any area in our template that is going to be unique per page. So the way I can do that is as easy as going, for example, inside our title tag and write in here some special Jinja syntax. So it will be by using the brackets and then the percentage sign. And then we have to use a function that is called block. So I will use this function and I will give it a name like title. And I will close our block by using end block. Now, if what I have done until now is quite weird for you, I can totally understand that, but you will get that in a few minutes. So once I have done this, then I am allowed to go inside our home.html and call this block of code by simply writing block title. And then inside here I can write anything that I want, and the content that I'm going to put in right after our block title is going to be replaced and use the content that we write in homepage. So let's see that in action. So I will write here end block again, just to close our block. And then inside here, let's write a text like home page and use the indentation here so it will give it a cleaner look. And once I have done that, we can basically save this and go to our website again. And once I refresh it, then you can see that our tab name is changed to homepage. So the ability to mark certain areas in our base template as unique per page areas is quite great because it is going to allow us to write more organized code. And now basically we can use these block functions in more areas inside our base.html, and then we can call those blocks in our different pages inside our project. So I will go to our PyCharm and declare here one more area that is going to be as the area of our body in each page. So we can basically go here and use the block again. And now we can name it something like content. So let's fix our indentation here like that. And then we can write again end block. And once I have done that, we can basically go back to our home.html and try to call this content block again and write whatever that we want to write to display it inside our homepage. So I'm going to go back to my home.html again and I'm going to use the block content. And then I will close our block by simply saying end block. And now we can write a text like this is our content for the home page. And once I save this, then we should see this is our content for the home page only in our home page. So let's test this out. So once I refresh that out, then you can see that we see this text right here. Alright, so now that we have applied the inheritance correctly for our home page, let's also do this for our items page. So we will basically go to our market.html and take the same actions over there. So I will open my PyCharm in market.html. And before I actually go ahead and delete everything from here, it is a great idea to copy the table that we have created previously, and then later on we will paste it inside our block content block. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I will navigate down here and I will find our table, and you can see that it is right here. And then I will find the closure of this tag and I will grab the entire table and I will basically copy this entire HTML snippet. And now I am pretty much ready to delete everything from here and using the methods that we have applied for our home.html. So I will start by writing extends base.html, and I will continue on here as using the block title and the block and the end block again. And then we should do the same process for block content, so it will be block content. And again we have to close our block once again. So once I have done that, basically inside our title we just have to give it a text like market page. And inside our content, it is a great idea to paste our table back in so we can have pretty much the same page that we had previously. So I will go in here and then create an indentation a little bit and then paste back our table. So I think this should work. Let's test this out by going to Chrome again and refresh our homepage, and then you can see that the behavior is quite same. Now I will navigate also to our market, and then you can see that we still get pretty much the same result like we have done previously. What we can do is basically adding a title like market page, and we will just continue with the customizations in the future. So this is a pretty much great results until now, and I hope that the entire process of how we can use the template inheritance was pretty much clear for you. Okay, so there are still customizations left before we close this template inheritance topic, and basically inside our navigation bar we currently don't have the functionality to navigate between different pages. So to test this up, if I click on homepage, nothing happens, and as well as in our market over here. So let's go ahead and configure them. So I will open our PyCharm again and we will open our base template, and inside our navigation bar, we can basically look up for those A tags. Now those A tags are what responsible to navigate users to different pages. And so if you look at the href attribute inside the A tags, this is what is actually sending our users to different areas. Now we could have done here something like /home, so in that case it will navigate our users to /home, but this is not a great idea because you don't want to hard code your URLs in that way. So what happens if in one day you want to change the route to something else? Then it is not considered as a best practice. Now again, this is going to work. I'm not saying that it is not going to work, but it is quite wrong. And we can even check this out if it works properly. So we can go to here and refresh our page and click on home, and then this will basically navigate our users to homepage. But we can do this in a more pretty way, and I like to apply that. Okay, so I'll open back our PyCharm. And in here, besides hard coding /home, we can basically use a built-in function from the Jinja syntax that is going to look like URL_for. So let's call this up in here and pay attention that I use the double curly brackets. So in here I can close this function like that, and between here the URL_for expects for one special argument. Now the argument that we are going to give for that function will be the value of the name of our route that we want to navigate our users. So in this case, if we want to navigate our users to the homepage, then we should type in here the name of our route that we have created to navigate our users to the homepage. And in our case, if you remember, our route name was home_page. So we can basically go here and type in home_page. And once I save this, let's go to our web page and test this out. So I will basically navigate back to market and I will click on the home page, and then you can see that it knows automatically to navigate our users to /home. Now this would even work if I was to go inside our market.py and change this to something else like home 3 times. Okay, let's just do this for testing reasons and test that out. So I will go to market again and try to navigate back to our homepage. Then you can see that now we were able to achieve a kind of a dynamic way to navigate our users to the homepage. So we only have to specify the name of our functions rather than specifying the hard-coded URLs. So of course I'm not going to leave this home, so let's revert this back and I will delete this from here, and that will be it. So let's apply the same thing for the market URL as well. So I will basically copy everything from here and I will paste it inside our href where the market is located. And since our function name was market page, then I will basically change this to market_page. And once I have done that, let's test the results one final time. So for sure now if I refresh, then our Flask could not find anything that is related to home. So we will write in here home back and click on market. Then you can see that the behavior is quite great. So the URL for is quite useful in that case. Alright everyone, so I think this will do it for this episode, and I hope that you understand pretty much everything until now. So if you have any questions, please raise them in the comment section and I will try to answer you as much as I can. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel as well. I will see you in my next upload.